between watching, verification, and valuation. Okay, so why the term watching is, we saw watching is a process of documentation, and if we also saw compare it with verification and valuation, we feel that all these terms are similar, but there are some slight differences there. We cannot say that there are too much differences, but there are little bit but important differences between these three concepts. Okay. Watching, verification, valuation. See, if you want, I can expand my screen. Okay. Now, based on the meaning, let's see the meaning of all these three terms. Meaning is, the watching is examination of document evidence comparing with the interest. Means, in watching process, the auditor will collect the documentary evidence, and he will compare it with the entries made in the books of accounts, and that is called watching. Meaning. Then what is verification? The meaning of verification means, we saw in the first slide, it is a process to identify ownership, existence, possession, charge, title of the particular assets. That is verification, means you will verify all these things. And valuation means, we discussed under the valuation, we will set the money worth, we will set the worth, or we will measure a particular asset in terms of money. That is called valuation. Then scope means the area of operations. See, the watching is mainly concerned with documentary evidences. It doesn't want anything. It wants documents in original, preferably, and those documents should be served as an evidence. But in the verification and valuation, the work will be done with respect to assets and liabilities. Okay, we will verify and we will evaluate assets and liabilities, not the documents. So the area of work under verification and valuation will be assets and liabilities. Point C, people. Yeah, who are the people involved? Usually in the verification watching process, we need auditor and his clerks, audit team. That's all. So they will collect evidences and they will verify. And when it comes to verification, we need auditor and we need some associates. Means we need some top management people or some other people who have that particular knowledge and right to verify that particular assets. So we need auditor and associates. And for valuation, we need again auditor, associates, along with professional valuers. As a note, I will tell you, this professional valuer is a new kind of job that is slightly getting into market. Okay, professional valuers means they are those people who are certified to value the thing. Like how we have CA, chartered accountants, to do the auditing work, we have professional valuers who will verify the value of a particular asset. So under valuation, along with the auditor, we also need the professional valuers. These are the people involved. Then time factor. So watching is a continuous process. Every time when an entry is made in the books, those particular documents will be made ready, made available and organized. So it is not like it is done once in a week, month or year. So there is no fixed time factor for the watching process. But verification and valuation will be generally done in the auditing time, and that too on an year end, final audit. Then evidence and documentation. So when it comes to watching process, we need primary and collateral voucher. We studied what is primary collateral. Primary voucher means voucher in original, and collateral means the alternative for original vouchers. So we need those vouchers as the documents. And when it comes to verification, we need documents like agreement, trade contract, sale deeds. You know the style, you know the documents, right? So those things will be needed for the verification process. And for valuation, we need, as we saw, management confirmation, certificate from the owners and board of directors, and we will also do some inquiry. All these are the things that are mainly required as a documents to do the valuation process. These are the major differences. Okay, we have 2 more slides to continue. Auditor's process in the valuation of assets. So position, sorry, that means while we consider as a valuation of asset, what are the major roles and responsibilities of the auditor? Roles and responsibilities of the auditor in the valuation. First thing is verification and valuation both are equally important. So he cannot do any one thing as an important and allot the other work to the other person. No, he himself should involve completely in both verification process and valuation process. Then inquiry to ensure authenticity of the assets means for any assets, if he has any doubts, he has to raise an inquiry and he should check about the authenticity, the authority, the genuineness of the particular asset. Then physical verification is suggested. So if the circumstances are there, that is, if he has a opportunity to do a physical verification, then he should go for the physical verification. Okay, if he has got the opportunity to conduct verification by the mode of physical verification, then he should do that. He should not leave that opportunity and trust only based on the accounts or inquiries. Then avail the service of professional valuer. So as I told, when it comes to the valuation process, he can even take the assistance or help of the professional valuers, because they are trained to do the valuation, they are certified to do the valuation, and they will get the better results. So he can take the help of professional valuers. Trust on management certificate should be based on care and intelligence. As I told, he will raise some inquiry and he will get the management confirmations, but he should trust those management confirmation. That means before trusting that management certificates or management confirmation, he should be intelligent and he should take care. Okay, simply he cannot believe everything that the management says. So before believing anything, he need to use his intelligence. He need to study the situation, and only he should believe those things which are trustworthy. Then adhere to the principle of valuation means while evaluating, as I told, there are different types of assets, there are different types of valuation. So all the valuations have its own framework, rules and regulation principles. So as an auditor, he should follow all the principles related to the valuation. He should follow all the principles of valuation. Then ensure non-existing assets are not included. That means we saw that existence is one of the main criteria for verification. Auditor should be ensuring that whatever the assets that are being mentioned in the books of account should be existed in reality. Sometimes there are chances that the company may create some fake documents to show that particular asset is there, but he need to cross verify that, and he should ensure that only those assets which are in really existing, such things should be recorded. Ensure correct valuation of existing assets. So once he know which are the assets that are existing in reality, then he will go for valuation, and the valuation should be proper. It should not be overvaluation, it should not be undervaluation also. Use of suitable technique for verification. So in the second slide, we saw components. Under the components, we saw physical verification, documentation, inquiry. So these are some of the techniques also for verifying. So he need to be intelligent enough to check or to apply the proper method of verification. So he cannot apply one standard method for all types of assets verification. For each and every type of asset, they need to have some different types of verification and techniques. So he need to be rational and intelligent to know for what type of assets, what technique of verification should be used. Stating the basis of evaluation in the audit report. This is very much important, which means whatever valuation he will do, okay, basis of evaluation, whatever the evaluation he will do, he need to give a complete report on how the valuation is done, what is the basis for selecting that, what are the features of valuation, what are the principles that are followed, what are the documents that he available. He need to mention each and everything about the valuation in the audit report. Only then the investors can trust the company. Then ensure systematic valuation, documentation and entry. So once the valuation is done, he should ensure first thing is the valuation should be proper, scientific and systematic based on the principles. Then he also need to confirm that all the documents related to verification valuations are maintained, that is documentation, and entry in the books of accounts. So no false entries should be mentioned in the books. Okay, all the existing assets should be mentioned, non-existing assets should be removed, and the values should be proper. There should not be undervaluation, there should not be overvaluation.